There's some sort of Mandela effect going on at the moment. Vero is back and everyone's acting like it's new. It's like some sort of social media Michael Myers.
Yeah, baby! Yeah.
Michael Myers, not Mike Myers. I've got a huge love for the early days of Instagram, and I literally mean the early days. I've seen people reminisce about Instagram circa 2018. What I'm talking about is 2011 to 2014. This was the era where there was a debate whether it was okay to use a proper camera or if that was against the spirit of the experience. I met some good people through that app. It was social media in the sense that it was a media platform that promoted social interactions on and off your phone. Cut to this year and I got sick of it. I don't think it's as necessary as some people make out. I certainly don't feel like I get any work or connections from it these days. I don't think that anyone hiring me, at least anyone I'd want to work with, is looking at my lack of Instagram and thinking, nah, not for us. So I deleted my personal account, the one that I started back in 2011. I do still have a book that I got printed of the first few years of that account. So the first year of pictures is safe. I honestly thought it would be like losing a limb, but once it was gone, it just ceased to be a thing. I don't miss it at all. But then I do still have my work Instagram, so I decided to take a month off. I deleted the app off my phone, I logged out of it everywhere and pushed it to the back of my mind. So originally this video was going to be one of those like, for 30 days I deleted Instagram off my phone, but I did that and I blew past the 30 days without really realising it, and it's kind of left me in a bit of a limbo, I guess. I don't really know what to do now. I think I'm just going to download Instagram again and just have a see what I've been missing, I guess. Log in. I do only have one account at the moment though, which makes things a little simpler. I mean, stuff's actually been happening on there. Okay, so I've got a load of messages from like 6 weeks ago, up to 3 days ago. I'm tagged in a lot of stuff. I don't know, it doesn't feel like it has the draw to bring me back into it. Not at the moment, anyway. So how do I feel? Honestly, I feel awesome. Now, I have been doing a lot of other things to work on the quality of my mental and physical health. Those could be having a greater effect than just, not mindlessly scrolling Instagram. I've replaced a lot of my Instagram scrolling time though with watching YouTube videos. And this might sound like a sidestep, but what I get from YouTube is very different from what I was getting from Instagram. Instagram was mindless and useless. YouTube has been targeted and motivating. It's also more passive. So what does all that mean? On YouTube, I search for things that I need to learn or for videos that I know will help me in some way, like motivating me to exercise or to try different projects. Recently, I've been binging Mark Lewis's videos. He's a fitness YouTuber, and along with learning things from watching his videos, I'm getting a huge amount of inspiration to train, to exercise. The other thing is YouTube is more passive. Instagram is in your hand and it takes up almost all of your attention in the moment. YouTube is something that I often keep going in the background while I'm working. If I'm editing photos or a video that doesn't need me to monitor audio, I can have another video on a screen off to the side. Hearing someone like Mark Lewis talk about being above average really helps me to get up and train in those times when an editor's exporting and there's kind of nothing else to do. The times where I traditionally would pick up my phone. I also credit YouTube with not only my current fitness level, but a lot of the skills that I use in my job. Instagram, on the other hand, I credit with my anxiety and issues of self-worth. So what's next? For the moment, I think I'll keep the account, but my goal is to only use it to post, the occasional image or video. For now though, I'm going to monitor my usage, and if I find myself slipping back into bad habits, then I need to look at removing it. In the book Digital Minimalism, Cal Newport says that we often keep things like Instagram because we see there's some small benefit and we let that small benefit win over these huge amounts of downsides that are offered up. I'm not sure how useful Instagram actually is as a business tool now. I don't get many inquiries through it anymore. If I personally want to reach out to someone, I'll go to their website, I'll find an email address for them. Recently, I've reached out to a few people, mostly through email, sometimes through Instagram, and I feel like sometimes the Instagram ones get ignored. Email just has a little bit of an air of officiality that it's retained, and it's slightly more difficult to pass up on an email inquiry as opposed to a DM. But what about Vero or, all the other social media? I think this all goes deeper than Instagram is just rubbish now. I think I just want out of it as much as possible. Social media is bad for me. I'm easily addicted to things. That's why I don't drink. It's why I watch what I eat. I'm just not cut out for this age of social media. I tried TikTok. I've not been on Twitter for years. The further I get away from it, the better I feel. I'm more content with myself and my work. That's not to say I'm letting myself stagnate. I'm looking for inspiration in a more considered way. I guess you could say that Pinterest is kind of a social media app, and it's one that I use, but it's a search app first. Pinterest is where I'm looking for imagery now. More than that, I'm looking at other photographers' websites and giving their work the time it deserves in the setting that they intended it to be viewed in. So in conclusion, there seems to be a general sense that the death of Instagram is on the horizon, and it's not a ship that I intend to go down with. That being said, they've not even spotted the iceberg yet, never mind started playing the violins. But joking aside, really, is Instagram going to go anywhere? I doubt it. All these changes are business related and so probably have been well researched, so no matter how hard you cry, it's unlikely you'll get your Instagram back, whatever your Instagram is. The jump to Vero, because it's for photographers, is short-sighted for most. If it's for photographers, then your work will only be seen by other photographers. If you want to make more money from your photography, then showing it only to photographers is basically the worst thing you can do. Personally, I would want people who need photography, need those services for their business to see my work. Extending your reach with Pinterest is going to be much better for you. If you work in a specific niche, Pinterest makes far more sense. A potential client putting together a mood board, maybe a company who's putting together a cookbook or has a creative board for research. If you are linked to images in that board, then you've got an elevated chance of being considered by those people. Vero and other photographer-centric sharing services are the modern equivalent of photography club meets. They end up being an echo chamber where trends go to die. They are rarely the place to go if you want to progress your career. That's not to say that if you like them, you shouldn't be part of them. They can be good for making friends who have the same hobbies, but they are not networking to get work. The other thing to remember is that most people aren't creators, they're consumers. Yes, they post pictures, but really they have the app for consuming, and they are on it an average of 29 minutes a day, a number that is surely pumped up by those who spend 4+ hours on there. Do you think that those people are really going to notice the changes? And if they do you really think they're going to care? Do you think they'll fight for it? No, that's lost. You as a photographer just have to accept the changes. Honestly, I don't mind the changes. I liked the addition of stories back when that happened. Back then I was creating these videos that were edited, but they would disappear every day. I wasn't just using my phone. Creating should be the fun bit, and the change, well, probably will help you grow in the long run. If you need the reach on Instagram for your business, then you just need to change with Instagram, grow within it. Personally, I don't think I do anymore. It's not that Instagram has changed, it's that I've changed. I'm not the same person I was when I was 28. Although, I am as fit as I was back then, and you can learn more about that in this video. Thanks for watching. Laters.